Hello, it's October 22nd and I'm going to show you what's been growing in my garden since the last video through October. You've actually seen a lot of it because I've been posting videos what I've been doing, but this will be an entire overview of what things are looking like right now. So let's get right into it. So here's all of it, and I want to start on this side. And right away you can see that the pumpkin plant is gone. I think I mentioned in a previous video that I was going to take it out, and I did. I didn't pull the roots out. I just snipped it at the base and threw it away. It wasn't, you could tell by the leaves that it was done, and the pumpkins weren't growing properly, so I just took it out. And here, these two little plants right here, they grew out of a little compost hole. I made two compost holes where I just dug a hole and dumped our table scraps in there. So that's where there's actually two tomato plants coming up right here. And then there's a pepper plant over there. There used to be more in both of these, but I removed them because they were dying. These are the ones that are still alive. You can see on this tomato plant, we have some tomatoes. So there's those right there, those, what else? Over here we have some. And then over here, there used to be two pepper plants, but the other one didn't have any peppers. This one has two peppers, so I went ahead and left it in, and I'm hoping that they'll have some time to develop. Last year, I got impatient and started pulling plants out before they were done, before they were actually killed by the frost. So now, this year, I'm trying to just be patient and see how long these summer plants can survive in the cooler weather. There's already been a light frost. You can see right here, these leaves are dead, but not all of them. Like, it's still alive and it's still producing. So instead of me taking them out prematurely, I'm waiting until they're actually done. Like the pumpkin was actually done. So these are still going. My compost bins, I've already told you about those. Let's go over here to these beds. This, give you a view of the whole garden from this side. So these are our back two beds. I'll show you this one first. I did a video of me cleaning this out. So there used to be a lot of stuff in here, a lot of bean plants, those are gone. We have scallions that are leaning over. There is a tomato plant in there, but most of this is that cosmos plant that I put in a tomato cage, I guess you'd call that. Over here also we have, that's kale. This is another cosmos plant. Another cosmos plant. Then we've got these zinnias that I haven't taken out yet. Carrots. And there's, back there is a pepper plant. There's another one right there. And then I think these are arugula coming up in here. So that's what's in this bed. Over here, there's not much going on. Let me get on this side because my shadow always gets in. But you got a little overview of it here. Dying zinnias. Most of it you can see is cosmos, like a lot, which I'm not unhappy about. I like it. And then here we have carrots. Pepper plants that aren't the healthiest. That's really it. There's not a ton growing in here anymore. Moving on to this bed. Lots of flowers, different types of flowers that are almost done. I'm leaving them in so they can produce seeds. So we got marigolds, zinnias. This was that sunflower bush that has died, but you can see that all these are seeds. So that's really cool. there's a lot of stuff in here that I'm not sure what it is. Over here, we have cucumbers that I don't know what I'm doing with these yet. I kind of want to get their seeds, so I just left them out here. But you can see all those are carrots. And then we have a lot of thyme, which is wonderful. And these little tomato plants, they are producing some tomatoes, but they're not in any kind of hurry. You can see they're very short. Like this trellis is like, I don't know, 8 feet tall. And they're like way down there at the bottom. So what do you do? I wonder if it's this particular bed, because the tomato plants over there, because remember last year it used to be one bed. Those on both sides are doing better than these on both sides. So I'm curious what's going on there. You can see they're tomato leaves that I just clipped off and threw in here because they'll break down, they'll add nutrients. But you're gonna see a lot of dead flowers that, like this one, this was a sunflower that I'm just leaving in here to get the seeds. So moving over here, we got a tomatillo plant. Ooh, there's something in there. Cool. That one's almost done, it feels like. Tomatillo plant. Scallions. Tomato plant. Sorry for the harsh lighting. It's in the afternoon. Usually I do these videos in the morning when the sun's behind the house, so we have even lighting, but I was just out here and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and do this video. That's basil right here. But now we gotta deal with high contrast and shadows. So there you go. Looks like there's some trash in here hiding. But got it. This whole big mess is a mix of arugula and carrots. The stick-like looking things are arugula and all the fronds are carrots. So lots of carrots growing in here. My son pretty much just threw the seeds in there, and that's what we're left with, which is great actually. I don't care. There's lots in there and I love it. Over on that other side, let me come through here. Here's those bigger tomato plants. And they're doing a good job trying to grow inside the trellis. There's a tomato plant here. You can see them. Let me come on this side, I want to show you. But you can see the tomatoes in there. Under here. Over there. And on this other side too. There's one. There's some in there, down there. So these tomatoes are doing much better than the other bed, which is neat. In here, I have a couple of zucchini plants that are dying. They never did get very big, but I haven't pulled them out yet because look, there's a zucchini right there that looks like it might grow. So I've been hesitant to pull it out. That one, I can't see. I think there is a zucchini on that one. So that's why I haven't pulled these out yet. There was a zucchini plant where, I can't remember. It was either here or here. And I took it out because it didn't have any zucchinis growing on it and it was looking terrible. I believe these leaves died because of the cold, but they've also been struggling with squash bugs and powdery mildew, so it's just, they're having a hard time. It's the end of the season. All this in here is pepper plants. And I did already take one out. I think it was right here because we harvested the one pepper that was on it. And I don't think it's gonna produce another ripe pepper before it gets too cold for it to grow. So, but you can see we have a bunch in here that we're waiting to pick to ripen up. There's some down there. There's a lot on these tall plants. So you can just see them all in there. There's some right there. See that purple back there? I don't know if you can see it, but that's purple basil. Over there is parsley, and there's some behind in that corner too. And that's this bed. Did I show you the other bed? Oh, I only showed you the tomatoes on the other bed. Let's go back over here. This, I love this part of the trellis. This has marigolds and cosmos, and the cosmos grew all the way up there. That's like, I don't even know how tall that is. Is that 7 feet tall? It might be 7 feet tall. Cause like up, way up here, I think, is close to 8. So yeah, this plant is tall. 7 feet tall. That's a big plant. And they're really pretty too. So I think I talked about this, the cosmos. The arched trellis is wonderful for cosmos. If you're wondering what's the best way to trellis them up, I'm sure there's other great ways, but I've found that the arched trellis, something that you can weave them through, is great. Can you see all the bugs? There's bees and there's that little moth over there and some other stuff too. I like bringing the wildlife to the garden. You can see the tomatoes coming through right here. This is what I wanted for my tomato plants. I'm sorry that they didn't grow bigger than this, but this was my vision. Down here, it should have looked like this all the way up, because I have had years where my tomato plants grew to 6 feet tall and taller. That's why I put this in, but it didn't work this year because my tomato plants just did not want to grow. So I'm hoping next year it'll be better. In here on this side is just this stuff coming out of the soil. We got a lot of branches that I just dropped in here from the tomato plants when I was pruning. We have, I believe that's echinacea, baby tomato plant, bachelor buttons, another tomato plant over there, another tomato. So it's like they're just all over the place, really, and bachelor buttons. This was a sunflower bush that died. Purple basil. Look at this. Nasty powdery mildew all over my zucchini plant. But again, there's a zucchini in there. Can you see it? So I'm just waiting a bit before I pull it out. That's this bed. This bed at this point is 100% basil. It's just going crazy. Absolutely crazy. And I'm letting it because I'm going to toss the seeds. I haven't decided where. I kind of think over there again in those two beds. That's where they were last year. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm just going to let these finish up their seeding and then toss all the seeds over. So moving through here. Here's a tomato plant. It has tomatoes as well. This I believe is chicory. That's almost done. Lots of basil. This is chicory that's currently blooming. So that's really cool. I love this. I love this plant. It's so pretty. Tons of basil all in here. There's a bit of arugula. And this is a chicory that hasn't bloomed yet. Still don't know what these are. I've seen them throughout the garden the whole summer and they've never bloomed. So I don't know what they are. If you know, leave it down in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. I do read your comments, you guys, and I often reply as well, or at least leave a heart on your comment, because sometimes I don't know what to say back. So these are carrot flowers, and you can see already the little tiny carrot seeds, but that's what all these are, carrot flowers. And there's a row of scallions on the other side. And a soaker hose. That's this bed. Little water bath over there. I'd like to have a nicer one, but that one works for now. I've seen the birds using it. All right, this one is only basil and scallions. There's scallions down over there. I did not plant this bed. Sorry for all the zooming in and out. I'm trying to hit the right button. They just came up and I let them stay. That's how that happened. This bed over here is what I've been calling my chaos garden. I've cut this arugula back I don't know how many times, and it keeps flowering and bushing up again. So, all right, whatever. These are garlic chives and garlic chive flowers. This big stick-looking thing is a deceased chicory plant. I've been gradually breaking off pieces of it and dispersing the seeds. I believe that and that, they look similar. I believe those are chicory plants. I'm not quite sure. All of this in here tastes like arugula, but doesn't look like arugula, so that's kind of throwing me. I don't know what it is, but it's bright green and pretty. Back over there, this whole big carpet is arugula. No, oregano. That is mint. This in here is thyme. And there's that stuff that I'm not sure what it is. You can see these little ones in here. That's baby parsley. And that's this bed. This is also carrot seeds that I haven't tossed out yet. And I already showed you this bed that I cleaned it out and something walked through there. I'm trying to decide. I always see cats, but those look kind of big for cat paws, so I don't know what it is. And then of course we still have this bed. Might as well walk over and show you it. We've got time. I've got time. You can always pause this video and come back, or don't if you're done watching. It's been nice listening. It's been nice talking to you. All right. We're going to try to avoid my shadow. Cosmos. Those little pink flowers are cosmos. This is a dead bachelor button. Cosmos that looks like it's done blooming, actually. A whole row, see all those, of tall sunflowers that I need to harvest the seeds from. These big leaves on the bottom are nasturtium. This right there, if I can get it, this is okra. I'm gonna get some seeds out of that little pod right there. Nasturtium, those yellow, looks beautiful. Something died, I don't know what that was. Huh, I wonder what that was. The nasturtiums are still alive. You can actually see their orange and yellow flowers. Looks nice. There's those yellow flowers that I still don't know what they are, but I love them because they're beautiful. Cosmos, look at those. Gorgeous. That's it. A big old bush of those yellow flowers. Aren't they pretty? They're so beautiful. Look at them. Oh, look at the moss. Hello. Don't let me startle you. How pretty. Look at that. There's something in the bed over there. What a pretty. So pretty. Anyway. Then we have dead flowers that I need to spread their seeds around. These are bachelor buttons that are attempting to grow. It's not their time yet. I know what all these are, but I forget their name. They're on a seed packet in my house. But they're those really tall, pretty purple ones that come up. And then down here, sorry, I'm trying to keep it steady. There's just random stuff. Those big dark green leaves are echinacea. And then we got the purple flowers. And all the way down here. But it's all really dead right now. Or wonky looking. Look at those. They're not growing straight anymore. So that's all. And that's it. Thanks for coming and seeing what's going on over here. I hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you in our next video. Goodbye.